We are live. Hi, Chef Martin. How are you today?
Hello, Laurie, how are you?
Good. Today, we're going to talk about culinary healing with my dear friend, Chef Martin. And I'm sporting my Vienna shirt, my sweatshirt, which I got when I was visiting with you a few weeks ago.
I'm sporting my Vienna shirt as well, so that's I'm going all
Your
out.
collared shirt, exactly. There's a little pressure when you're in Vienna to dress up a little bit and not look too American, at least in my case. Um, but today we want to talk a little bit about culinary healing and what that is. So that's the name of our group that we run together. Um, Basically, where people are learning the art of healing through what's on the fork, but also the science of stress regulation, sleep, blood sugar regulation, movement. But all the food is supporting those habits. So, can we talk just briefly about what you're teaching in the culinary healing group, what they people can express, and why you started necessarily with what you started with in the group?
Yeah, so for me it's very personal because I too suffered from weight issues. 2010 I was 220 pounds and I really had to get rid of my weight. I mean, I had brain fog, I couldn't focus. It's all the typical signs. I was never diagnosed with diabetes or anything. But I certainly was, I had opened, I don't know, five restaurants the last 2 years before that. And it was just crazy, catering, this, that, right? And so finally, I drastically changed, gave up my job, and I went on this healing journey, right? So I knew Dean Ornish back then from my father in law. I knew, the health food. But as it is so often in life, you get caught with life, right?
Yeah.
And so then I managed to lose 30 pounds in just 2 months. I started
Wow.
off 50 pounds altogether. And I kept it off for 12 years, until COVID. And then I gained a little bit back, but not too bad, right? So for 12
Right.
years, I kept it off. And so I'm so eager to just pass that along, just along that experience.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable when you go through this. Like how much clearer you can think when you lose all this weight, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, because your body goes in starvation mode, right? So your brain just goes on fire, like, oh, you got to find food, you're gonna die, or whatever it is, right? But the experience itself, the awareness is amazing, and I want other people to have that experience as well.
So you had your own personal weight issues that also affected your thinking and your thoughts and energy and just fatigue. And I think it's important to understand what's happening inside the body. You're inflamed, right? There's inflammation. The brain becomes inflamed. There may be some insulin resistance. The brain becomes insulin resistant. So that makes you feel that fatigue and like brain fog. You can't focus. And then you have this journey of healing and you have this amazing skill set. So we just finished recording our podcast, which will be coming out in the next day or two. And we talked all about your healing journey, but this is happening inside where you're going to be learning the art of healing through cooking and a bunch of other habits in the culinary healing group. And so, what was the first week? What can they expect in the first week? Because I think this is really important because I didn't even think about how to start teaching someone this, but you really were insistent on like, no, we need to start here. And I totally get it
Yeah,
once you explained
yeah.
it.
Yeah, so I think it's really key to for us get eased into the program with a stress-free approach in cooking.
Yeah.
Now, there's two ways to look at it, right? The one is actually just the eating that helps you do all that for your metabolism and everything. But I think the setup is so important that you like think ahead, plan ahead, and all these tricks I've learned over the years in these huge kitchens. Like I worked for a chain restaurant with 26 restaurants. I was the executive consulting chef there, right?
Wow.
So the way I learned it there to set it up, that's what I'm actually teaching in this course. So you're going to see 3 videos how we set up. So you stand in place and you can focus on just your own environment. Don't have to run around. And step by step, I try to build it up to where the first week really leads you into a more stress-free cooking altogether. Right? You calm your environment down, focus on a few things, do big batch cooking at first. I have 3 techniques I'm going to introduce right away. One is batch cooking, which is typically just in a big stock pot. You boil up a bolognese. Chefs learn that first, right?
Okay.
Because then all of a sudden you have a big pot of food and you know you're going to survive the next week, okay? You're going to be
Right.
fine, all right? And
Right.
so I think that's so crucial to have something comforting. You don't like bolognese, you do a bean pot or, I have like so many recipes, it's endless, really, right? But I'm naming that as an example.
Yeah.
And then the next technique we're going to look at is oven baking, right?
Oven
Because in the
baking.
oven, you can cook ahead for 2, 3 days and it's so stress free. The oven does everything, right? You can buy it already, cut already,
Right.
season it, put it in the oven, done, and then you have food for the next day.
Gotcha.
So now we are having 2, 3 days of food. Everything is set. You can make a soup out of it. You make a sandwich. You make risotto out of it, right? And then the
Right.
third technique I'm going to show, which I'm very excited about. I'm going to show you how to cook without having to cut all that, like all these little dicing we chefs always do, right?
Yes.
The complaint I always have when I've done cooking classes, and I've done my fair share of them, it's always like, Martin, I don't want to chop so much. I don't want to cut all these onions. I don't want to cut all the garlic. I don't want to deal with any of this. We
Me too.
chefs know, right? We're just like ta 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 ta, right?
Yeah.
But if you're at home, you don't have time, right? You
Yeah.
have a busy family life, whatever. And so I've come up with some techniques. They're a little unorthodox, but I give one word away. Sofrito.
Sofrito?
Sofrito. We're gonna have to learn sofrito.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta watch this video.
You're
Sofrito.
gonna love it. You're gonna love it. The video
Okay.
is not out yet. I'm just posting it right now, so this is
Okay.
second week, but it's nice. It's really good. This is
Oh,
really something. This is a different style of cooking a little bit, but
yeah.
I gear it towards the home cook, right? It's
Right.
not about me being fancy and doing it all perfect, or maybe some of you have seen my pictures and
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh my goodness, I cannot cook like this," right?
Right.
Well, probably not the way I do it there because I have some tricks.
Yeah.
But the basics I can show you, they're very easy, they're very simple. Cook in
Sofrito.
advance, cut the stress out. That's the
So
profit.
in the group, guys, because I meet live weekly with everyone for 90 minutes. Like we'd met last night. We talked about stress regulation because we're talking about stress-free cooking. I'm actually going through the videos with Martin's as well because I'm learning myself. Like I can cook decent, but it's no Martin. But it's like, but Martin, I feel like we should introduce the concept of intuitive cooking. Can we talk a little bit about that? And then we're going to talk about the box of veggies I have here from that I got with my that we belong to this is actually my very first box I've ever gotten, and it's called, Farm Fresh to You. We saw them at our local, farmer's market. We signed up, so we get a box of veggies and fruits every week, and I never know what we're getting. And I'm like, people get these things, like, what do I do with it? So Martin and I talked about it deeper into our podcast. We'll go over it here in a minute, what I got and what Martin told me to do. And we're going to make it. And then I'm going to post a video later or video or pictures. And we're going to taste it. And I got to plate it pretty because Martin has standards. I feel like the pressure, which is amazing. So can we talk a little bit? What is intuitive cooking? And we're going to do a live demonstration of what that looks like.
Well, we can actually, hopefully, eventually do like a full-on live, and that will be very much fun for people to watch. I think, and actually to see how easy and simple it actually is, right? So, as
Right.
opposed to, I recommend, follow a couple of recipes, get comfortable, taste your spices, know your ingredients, know what everything tastes like. That's the first thing, right? And as opposed to follow a recipe, you're doing throughout the process always more tasting. You
Hmm.
always do it critically. It's like a game you're playing with yourself, right? So
Okay.
you first want to make sure you have the five base flavors. There's always sweet and sour,
Okay.
but there's a lot of different sour elements, right? So it could be citrus or it could be vinegar, but it could also be certain fruits that are on the sour side. But then you have sweetness, and we don't use sugar, but we use fruits as sweetener,
Okay.
right? And sometimes you just need just a little bit, just just to get it over the top. Okay, so sweet sour,
Okay.
and then there's always saltiness. So somewhere, some sodium you got to have from somewhere. So I use mostly miso now. I like that. The probiotics of it are just really fantastic, right?
Yeah.
But we have a really wonderful herb salt in Austria. So that is maybe 30% less sodium.
Okay.
And you use all these dry ingredients. And then there's the potassium salt as well that I think you tell me on and
Potassium
Craig
chloride.
Feinstein, like the Feinstein,
Yeah.
and so these are these choices that we use, but I want to lower the sodium for sure because if you want to lose weight, sodium just holds water and
Fluid.
weight, right? So it's hard to lose weight that way. So and then really intuitive cooking is just thinking in terms of mechanics.
Okay.
So I'm going to introduce that. So you have these three different techniques for the mechanics, and then you can focus on the flavor.
Mm.
The
Okay.
fun begins when you build the flavor, and every time you add a little more flavor and taste it again. Yeah.
So like I mentioned in the podcast is like I feel like you get shackled to recipes, right? And people are always looking like, "Do you have a good recipe for this?" And that they don't have just what they have in the recipe. They feel stressed out and they have to go looking for different things. But what we're teaching is the skill set of looking and seeing what you have and creating delicious food out of what you actually have, and then knowing if you wanna go grab something, you're like, "Ooh, that would be good to have because I eat a lot of this and I can flavor it with that." I don't know, I'm just talking what I'm thinking is going to happen as I learn these skills. We'll see how the show rolls out. Um, 'Cause, I am an eager student, but can we walk through what I have in my box real quick and you just kinda rehash what you told me to do in the podcast?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Okay, guys.
I hope
So,
I remember it. I don't know. It's intuitive. It's
I wrote
it
it
changes
down.
every time.
I wrote it
That's,
down like a recipe.
I know you have
So
a carrot there, so I was going to ask you, do you have a carrot juicer?
I don't have a carrot juicer. Do I need
Okay,
one?
no, then we move on. We go back to the spinach here. That's okay.
So I have spinach, so this beautiful spinach. Um, I had an artichoke, and the artichoke, whoops, I peeled off the bottom leaves because he was showing me to look for this yellow part. I'm gonna trim the stem, and I'm gonna chop off the edge here about it because there's pokey things in here, I guess. I've never cooked an artichoke. I've used canned. I know it's devastating to think I've never cooked an artichoke. About an inch and a half off, right? And then we're
Yeah,
gonna walk through that here in a second. So there's an artichoke. I have 7 little yellow potatoes. I have a bunch of green onions. I've got oh, wow, this is the good stuff. I've got this rainbow chard. How pretty. I've already pulled off the stems or the leaves, pulled out the stem. So I have a stem and some of these leaves are as big as my head, literally. Oh my goodness. And then we have, whoops, here's the carrots. I have a bunch of baby carrots. I've got, whoops, cilantro. And then look, ah, I
I
have
have to
sh-
I have to ask you, do you have the greens there on the carrots? Are they on there?
I don't have all the greens, but I have some of the this is how much I
Like
have.
this? Oh, no, that's not very much.
They took away the
Because
greens. Here.
the greens you can like chop up and like either you make a juice out of it, but you can also like make a sauce out of it, or you add it into potato puree, or so you can do a lot of
So
things with it.
use the
Yeah,
carrot greens, what you're saying, when I get
if
them.
they're nice and tender, yes, yeah.
Okay. So
Pear and
here's
apple, yes.
yeah, so here I have 3 apples and 2 pears. So,
Okay.
do you wanna walk through maybe we're gonna where we would start? Because
So
we
I would
talked
say
about
the artichoke you would want to start with, right?
'kay.
Because we're talking like we want to like peel that artichoke and get it ready. Have lemon juice first ready. There's videos in our Substack. There's I think you posted the same video how to peel them.
Yep.
Okay, they go through it very step by step. But
Okay.
essentially, you're cutting first the top of an inch and a half until you see the yellow part, white parts,
Yep.
the tender parts.
Here.
And then you're taking off the leaves as you have already. And then you can see all these dark green parts, and we want to cut
Yep.
them off.
We're gonna trim this
You
off.
use, yeah, you do a little paring knife there, and you cut off anything that looks dark green.
Okay.
And if you're not sure about it, you use your fingernail and you poke a little bit there. See, when you use the dark green leaf, it's going to be hard, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and the white parts, the white, the light green parts are soft, right?
Yeah, they're very soft
That
here. Yep.
that's what you're looking for.
Okay,
Okay.
gotcha.
So
Just
you have unfortunately quite a bit of loss.
yeah.
Let me see inside that leaf there, maybe. Okay. So that's actually nice. When you look at the white part there, you
Yes.
can eat that with your teeth, just like that.
Like this?
See, yeah, you steam it. You steam it. Now it's going to be bitter.
Yeah,
Liver
but
cleanse.
it's
You
I
got a
would
liver
stem it.
cleanse.
It's yeah, bitters. I would steam this and then I could just kind of eat that off.
Yeah. And like you could put a little bit, let's say just a little bit olive on there or something, right? And a little
Uh-huh.
lemon juice. And
Yeah.
just put it on the bottom of your teeth and you just take the flesh out like that. It's
I go
so
like that.
good.
Yeah,
So
there's
don't throw
about
these leaves away. You just steam them and then you just bite those little chunks off. It's so delicious. It's like the best part. We chefs did this, while we're working, we're having the little leaves and
and you're
we're,
just like chewing it off.
yeah, it's wonderful. It's really good.
So I have about 12 leaves that I'm gonna be able to do that with. Okay.
So
And then
yeah,
also
no,
the
that, okay. Yeah.
okay, so there's the
Okay, so
artichoke. Yep.
that one we're gonna steam with the potatoes. We
Okay.
designed a little dish about it. So you have a
Okay.
potato steamer, you said, and we're just steaming that plain. And the reason why we do this is because you always want something plain with something spiced up
Mm.
so the palate can relax. Every dish we design, you want to think, when you go, say, to an Asian restaurant, you have a stir fry and you have a plain rice.
Mm.
Well, they serve you a plain rice so you can relax, recover your palate, and then you have the spicy sauce again, right?
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's the way to think about it. So you just apply techniques that work already. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, right?
Okay.
You just
Right.
do something. So let's go to the sauces and the other part of it. A Swiss chard I would go first with maybe
Chard. Okay. So I have
because
the Swiss chard here.
that takes you longer. That's right. I always start with the things that take the longest. Right.
Okay.
So we're gonna small dice that Swiss chard stem right there.
Yep.
Just dice it small any one way you can. Cut
Okay.
it lengthwise for us and dice it down.
Right. And then chop it. Okay.
Yep. And then I thought what we could do with that is we impart the carrots so you don't have 10 cooking pots. You have only two of them, right? So we
Right.
peel the carrots. They need to be peeled. They look a little larger,
Yeah.
right? Normally
Definitely peel.
you can sometimes just wash them, if you have a brush, you can do that, but they
Scrub it.
look a little large.
Yeah.
They're too big. So peel them, cut coins out of it, put them with the Swiss chard.
Yep.
And in the pot goes allspice and a
We have
little
coriander,
coriander,
star anise, and
star,
cinnamon.
and cinnamon. You remembered.
I
Have it
did.
written
I
down.
wrote it down.
You cheated. I didn't write it down.
I wrote it down. Yes.
So okay. So we're toasting the spices a little bit just to get the fragrance out. 30 seconds a minute if you have a hot pan, right?
Okay.
Medium hot is good enough, right?
Okay.
Then we're adding the Swiss chard stems
Yep.
and the carrots in there. Now, if you had shallots or little onion or something, that's always nice with it.
Yeah.
Garlic, not so much. I don't want to overpower that. I want this to taste different. I want it to taste from the spices, and garlic would just interfere with it, right?
Okay.
So, so just stick with that, and
Okay.
then use a little veggie stock, and
Okay.
you want to braise it until it's soft. So, depending how thick your carrot coins are, right? So, if they're this thick, they can cook in 5 minutes, and if they're this thick, they're gonna take
A little
whatever 10 minutes. Or,
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
so you just got to check that you don't want to overcook them. You don't want to cook mush. You just want them a little bite.
Okay.
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 Try to cut the carrot like you do the Swiss chard, so they sort of cook at the same time. The
Okay.
stem. The
Yeah.
stems.
Okay.
Once they're soft, now we're gonna cut up. You're washing everything, obviously, right?
Yeah.
You're cutting in big ribbons the Swiss chard, and you're putting that on top of your carrot mixture.
Yep. So I've already cooked
And
the Swiss chard, the carrots. They're soft now with the spices, and now I'm going to cut these big, beautiful leaves in ribbons and place them on top. Got
yep,
it?
and you're just steaming them down a little, but we want it bright green. This is gonna be your centerpiece, right?
Oh, that's the center.
And then on top of it, so first the green you put down, and then you can put the carrots on top of that.
So I will plate it pretty.
You have to plate it pretty. I demand it.
I will be there. So with the greens and then the carrots on top of it. So that's the center of my plate.
Yeah. But
Okay.
we're making spinach sauce as well. So you could make a soup if you wanted to, for example, but we're sort of like making one dish with it.
Okay.
So instead we're gonna cut a little bit. I saw you had the green onions there, right?
Yep. The
So
green
you
onion.
can cut an inch or two of the white parts there.
This little white part. Yes.
Chop it up a little bit because we want to have a little onion with the spinach.
Okay. Yes.
And all we're doing here, again, introduce a little spices. I like fennel a lot. I use a
Yep.
little chili. I use caraway sometimes. Caraway is super nice.
Caraway. Oh, I didn't have caraway on here. That's a new one. So we had fennel, chili, and you said black pepper, but we also added a little pear to our carrots
Swiss chard.
and Swiss chard, just a
Swiss chard.
little bit of Swiss chard. We just added it just a little bit pear diced up to it as well.
But that was depending if the carrots are sweet or not.
Oh, so I only added if my carrots aren't sweet because that's the balance I'm looking for.
So you want to taste the carrots, right?
Okay.
Because the Swiss chard tastes a little bitter, the stem,
Right. Right.
right? So we got to balance that somehow.
Okay.
But you always look for balance. So you're tasting it always and like, well, the carrots are super sweet. Oh, I don't need pears.
Okay.
But if it's really like just bitter, then
Yeah.
you can grate in pears or you dice pears in or however you want to do
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And
Well,
right,
let's
so now you
try.
balance. Now you got the sweetness back.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So now we have
Because like
this.
if you go to a Michelin star restaurant, you know they use sugar, right?
They use sugar in a Michelin star restaurant.
Sugar Bouchon, like a little sugar on there,
Oh, okay.
just to overcome that bitterness, right?
Okay.
And we're doing this though with pears, so you'd
You're
stay
staying
with the
more whole
natural
food.
fructose.
Okay. So now we put in the onion with we're getting ready for the spinach sauce. We chop the whites of the green onion. We add fennel, chili, maybe a little black pepper, veggie stock. We cook that
Yes, and a little veggie stock, and you're just cooking it down. That spinach is going to cook so fast, right? So
very,
if you have
very quick.
depending on your pot or whatever, we want to
Yeah.
cook that 3-5 minutes. Like mine is super fast.
Okay.
Again, try to maintain the color. And
Okay.
there's two ways to do this now, right? So you could puree it first, and if you
Okay.
have a nut butter,
Yep.
then you add
Peanut
that.
butter.
You turn off the spinach puree after it's really smooth, okay?
Okay.
And then you turn off the heat, and then you put your nut butter in there and you stir it in.
So I'm blending the onion, the carrots, all the spices, and a little bit of stock. I've made this very
Thick
smooth
sauce.
puree, and then
Yeah.
I add in the cashew butter or whatever butter I have, nut butter.
If you have a little miso, like a teaspoon of miso, maybe just to give it a little more umami,
Okay. Okay.
and then you should be in good shape. Between the fennel and caraway, and it's gonna be really good.
Oh, wow. Caraway. It is. Okay.
And if you had a garlic there, you could use the garlic because that fits with the spinach, right? So if you have like a little clove garlic, you just throw that in
Okay.
and just make sure to cook that though, right? So you slice it thin and cook that with
So
it
you
if you have.
take the garlic clove and you chop it thin and just add it in and
You could, but
blend
it's
it.
not going to make the bigger difference because fennel and caraway is going to carry that sauce, right? So if you put enough in there, it's going to be really good.
Okay. Well, I'm looking for my.
It's so good. I'm telling you, I'm totally crazy about fennel. I don't know if you haven't had it so long. My wife put it on the other day. I was like, Caroline, what do you put in there, right? And so then, I don't know how many weeks now, I'm just fennel crazy. I need to have fennel seed and everything.
Oh, I love fennel. I think fennel's fantastic. I love the smell of fennel. Absolutely. But now, so that's everything. And I'm cooking my potatoes and I'm steaming my artichoke. So when I plate it, I have my Swiss chard first. I put my carrots on top, and then I have my potatoes and my artichoke that I've steamed because I've cut it in half. Steamed that. I put that on there. Do I drizzle the spinach
So
sauce on
I
top of
would
the
just make
potatoes?
one strong recommendation. Make sure the spinach sauce is thick enough. And the reason why, so all this kind of cooking, so if you don't use butter and oil or that kind of stuff,
Uh-huh.
you want the sauce to stick to the potato, right? So when you dip it, the potato into the spinach sauce,
Yeah.
you're gonna like scoop it up and you know?
So this is like a gravy consistency?
Yeah, yeah, you could. I mean, gravy is not the word I was looking for, but
I'm re thicker, a thicker, denser. Don't, Lori, don't tell that spinach sauce, don't say gravy.
you just
Oh
threw
my
in the
god.
spinach sauce.
I just ruined it. Oh, I'm so sorry. My first faux pas. Oh
I
my
had this
gosh.
wonderful green colored dish in my head, you know.
And you
Good
just
luck
got
with
this
that.
gravy of biscuits. Look,
Is
just like,
is poor Pat gonna have to cook that, or are you cooking that?
I better cook it. I don't know. I think Pat thinks like gravy.
Okay,
Very
don't over.
gravy.
Okay, so don't overcook it. It's gotta be bright green. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch for the color of the sauce. Okay,
Okay, colors are green. By
and
the
nice
way,
and
guys,
thick.
this is going to be an ongoing weekly challenge for me. So if you like to see me sweat, this is going to be my weekly culinary healing challenge because I'm going to get a new box every week. I'm going to be looking for vacation. So, um, so I've made now my green spinach thicker sauce, and it's going to be, mwah. And so now I will be dipping my
Okay,
potatoes so it sticks to
here,
it.
Laurie, I give you a tip. Okay, if you
Okay.
really mess up and it's too thin. Okay, so if you really like, I don't know, maybe Pat wants to sabotage you or something, and it's too thin, right? You could quickly, like, either you add then also a little cashew butter in there, a little more,
Okay.
or you quickly smash up a little potato and you puree that in and you fix the sauce again.
Okay, so I'm gonna take that's brilliant. So you take the potato that you've already steamed and
You got
make
to
it a
fix
little
it out.
thicker, but it will not be a gravy, it'll just be a thicker, denser, beautiful
Yes.
spinach sauce.
Yeah.
Because I
And by the way, while we are at it, when you cook this style, it's really a great trick is think more like hummus. Okay,
mm, oh,
a thin hummus, right?
okay,
So it
okay,
should ooze a little bit. So if I put the sauce down, like if I made a hummus or white bean puree, it should
yeah,
just slowly like run. Okay,
uh,
why? Because when I put the potato in there, I can scoop up all the flavor. The flavor is in the fennel, is in the spinach. Does it
uh,
make sense?
yeah, yeah,
Right. So the potato is giving you a break, your palate, right?
right,
So while you're eating it, you get a break for the potato, then you get hit with the fennel, then a little
yeah.
spice, and then blow nutmeg on there. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm this food is gonna be transformed, I can't wait, I'm gonna do my best. But now we have these apples, which honestly, we were gonna start this in the beginning. This is gonna be my first thing that I start cooking. But can you walk because you said I had to I'm gonna take this beautiful apple, I'm gonna stuff it. There's only 3 because Pat already ate one. Pat's my husband, by the way, if y'all don't know. He's
Oh,
we've been
that
talking about him. Like Pat, he ate one. But basically, you said I need to core it and then but then I have to stuff it like someone from Vienna. So what does that mean? Tell me what this means.
so it's like one of the dishes we do for us as cooks, which has a lot of butter and sugar in there normally, technically,
But we're
right?
not
So
gonna do it that way.
don't look up any Austrian recipes. That's the first warning. Don't do it, okay? You're gonna get a heart attack just looking at this thing.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so we're gonna do oatmeal, beta glucan, right? And we're gonna soak that. Maybe you can do it two ways. You can soak that in a little more almond milk or oat milk or any
I
like
soy milk.
plant milk or something, right? But just
Yeah.
let it soak a little bit, soften up a little bit.
Okay, with rolled
Now we're gonna
oats.
need something sweet. So we're gonna need maybe, yeah, like you have different berries. I have barberries. I have like Arona berries. I have all the super berries. I have choke berries.
Yeah,
I use
we're
anything but raisins.
I'm an American. I have raisin.
I don't know if I
I
want to talk to you. I'm done with this. This is not fun.
oh my god. I'm being judged by halfway around the world. So I have raisins, I have blueberries, fresh blueberries or frozen blueberries.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So the blueberries are great, right?
Okay.
Allow you a little bit raisin. The dates is always good too,
Oh,
right?
I
With
do
all
have
the
some
minerals,
dates.
it's always
I
good.
have
Yeah. No,
dates.
so I like the dates and the blueberries better for this case, just to have something
Okay.
different, right? Because everybody
Okay.
does raisins. Don't be boring, Let's get something doing. Okay, so you could, I didn't say before, but you could use like a little orange zest in there or something. That's always nice.
I
Okay, a
have
little orange
oranges.
juice.
Mhm.
Goes in. Little lemon juice is always
Yeah,
nice.
lemon.
But so we're dealing with the stuffing right now. Okay, so we got the oatmeal down.
Mhm.
If I have an orange, you put the orange juice onto the oat flakes. Okay, you can
Okay.
do that. Now we're gonna put the sweetness on. So this is your dates chopped, or some people have dates syrup or something.
Yep.
You put the berries in it. Now we want to spice it up, and the best thing is to do is the clove because
Clove.
it's the highest antioxidant of all the spices.
Cloves have the most antioxidants of all the spices.
The
Okay.
auric value, it's completely crazy. I think it's like 170,000, or every clove is a little different, right? So
Yeah.
it's not like consistent or whatever, but it's consistently the number one antioxidant there is. It's like more than
Wow.
turmeric.
Wow,
It's
more than
crazy.
turmeric. So we'll talk
Yeah.
about the ORAC value. Maybe I'll write an article about that so people know what that is, and
We have it in the list number 3 in the third week. I have it all dialed up in the list that we're gonna do in our cooking class.
okay, in our group, the
Oh
culinary
yes,
grilling group.
yes.
So now I'm adding some cloves and I'm getting antioxidants, which is amazing for inflammation. So good
And
stuff.
we're gonna boost it with cinnamon on top of it.
Plus cinnamon. Oh my goodness. Okay, I've got the cloves and the
So
cinnamon. Oh yeah, I got
so
that on.
I mean, you can always, like, if you don't have that, you can use nutmeg, or you can use all sorts of little allspice or something like that. But I think you're doing pretty good.
Yep,
Now you want to stuff that apple with that stuffing we just spilled. Okay, just put it right in down the center.
yep,
If you can, if you want to make it pretty, cut the top part out. You see, you have like a little stem left there. Yeah.
yes,
So you want to make it pretty. You cut the top part out a little bit round like that with the
yes,
stem,
yes.
and you take that off first, and then you can put it back on, and it looks so
Like
it's
a
professional.
like a pumpkin. It's Halloween. So I'm gonna basically cut a lid
Yeah,
out
yeah, yeah.
and then
And
I
then
will put it. It's like a surprise inside. It's like a little apple gift. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna eat all of them for myself. It's still my birthday month. I have 2
oh,
more.
you go live it to the fullest.
100%. Okay, so now I'm creating this. Do would I when I stuff the apple and do I put the lid on there to cook with it, or do I hold the
Yeah,
lid and put it on
I would just do that
with it?
because you want to cook it too, right? You don't want the raw apple at the end. You want it to look
Right.
pretty.
Okay.
But you can maybe just go loose on there, or sometimes you just want more stuffing. So
Okay.
put the stem on the side, cook it with it, and then at the end you put it there. Just
Okay.
decorate a little bit.
Got a little so it's pretty presentation because you eat with your eyes and your mouth and your nose. Okay. I'm turning into a little Martin. Like literally right now, I feel myself being transformed. I'm gonna start talking with an Austrian accent. Oh my god. And I'm gonna
That,
like
that will. It is that good. Now you got to cook it until it's nice and caramelized, right? So I
okay,
can tell you your oven, whatever, maybe it's 40 minutes or whatever, right? You poke a knife in there. And that's why I said bake the apple first. Get on that
okay,
process first. Then you do the artichoke. You always start with the things that take the longest,
okay, okay.
right? The
Gotcha.
longest is going to be your apple, your potatoes, your hard veggies always, right?
Yeah.
The artichoke and potatoes, you got to steam that.
Okay.
And then you go down to the stems of the chard. And then at the end, you do the spinach because the spinach takes you minutes to do.
So I'll be doing that last.
Easy. Like, yeah.
But I'm not making a spinach gravy. I'm making a spinach hummus. Hummus. Just that thickness. Okay. So I can put my potato in there, but if I need to, I can add a little bit more. Okay. So, guys, that's it. That's the whole box. I smell like veggies, which is amazing. And I'm going to show a picture, potentially a video of this process. Well, maybe the end
Uh,
process, because,
Everybody's watching here. I mean, you
oh
can't
my
back
God,
out of that now. This is a
I'm
lot of
not,
pressure.
this is why you do it, right? This is what I'm literally going to be doing in the next hour. So, because it's lunchtime here. So, I'm going to make Patrick and maybe one of the boys a sous chef, and they're going to turn into little Martins as well. So, oh my goodness. So, guys, you might want to tune in every week. I don't have an exact time when this will be, but it will be entertaining. So, the links below, once this goes past this recording of our live will be posted as a post on the Substack. Martin, I'll be tagging him as a co-author. You'll see it. There will be Martin's Substack, the Culinary Healing Group that you can join anytime. It's like a 4-week rotation, but we learn new things every single week, every single month. And our goal is to help people improve their, weight loss and also metabolic health. So we're walking through all of those habits, all these amazing foods. It's literally healing by the end of your fork, plus other habits, the behavior, all of those things are available. And then today, I shared with you, I started a new Substack it's like a companion to everything we're doing. It talks all about those core metabolic habits, which are it's stress regulation, blood sugar regulation, restorative sleep, nourishing movement, and community connection, which what we're doing here, right, in our group. And it's called One Tiny Healing Habit. That's all it is. It's a 60-second habit you can read, 60-second habit you can apply into your day every single day. It'll come right to your mailbox. You can sign up. That link will be below. That starts November 1st. Definitely want to jump on that. Share it with anybody. It's such an easy in to feeling healthier. Literally, because people say, I can't read your habit healers too much, the deep dives, because I love to go into the science. But if you want a deeper dive, the habit healers here as well. But for those who are like, I just want to enter into this, I can only do a little tiny thing. This is it. And then we have all the other support that you want. So that is it. The links will be below. Thank you, Martin.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
I am so excited. I'm going to have to speak some Austrian words when I get done because I'm going to be turning into the little Martin. So, what
Put
is
on
the
your
girl
chef
name
hat.
for
That's what
Martin?
I'm going to say.
Is what?
Put on your chef hat.
I need to get it. I'm going to get a special chef hat. I got to order one now. I'm going to get a special apron. This is like culinary healing.
I love
And
it.
I'm going to get us an apron and a hat. And this will be my every single week. You watch. I love swag. So, okay, guys,
Oh,
we'll see how this turns out. And like I said, if I start talking with an Austrian accent, and what's a girl name for Martin? Martina.
Martina. Yeah,
Martina it is.
that's so not Austrian, but yeah,
Oh, okay. Sounds more Spanish.
anything goes.
Oh
Anything
my
goes.
gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. So here we go, guys. I put myself on the line. Be looking out for in about an hour or two. How it turns out. I was excited. Thank you, Martin. We
All
appreciate
right.
you.
Thanks.
Thanks everyone
Thanks.
for being
Have a good
here.
day. Happy
Woo!
cooking.
We'll see how this goes. Bye. Oh.